So, Meta has just released their latest set of models, with the latest being the 3.1 family of models. The 405 billion parameter model is their largest model, with other smaller sizes of 8 billion and 70 billion parameter models. Let us first listen to their launch.
Today we're excited to deliver on the long-awaited Llama 3.1 405 billion parameter model that we previewed back in April. We're also updating the 8 and 70 billion models with new improved performance and capabilities. The 405 is hands down the largest and most capable open source model that's ever been released. It lands improvements in reasoning, tool use, multilinguality, a larger context window, and much more. And the latest benchmark numbers that we're releasing today exceed what we previewed back in April. So I encourage you to read up on the details that we've shared in our newly published research paper.
Alongside the 405B model, we're releasing an updated collection of pre-trained and instruction-tuned 8B and 70B models to support use cases ranging from enthusiasts and startups to enterprises and research labs. Like the 405B, these new 8 and 70B models offer impressive performance for their size, along with notable new capabilities. Following feedback we heard loud and clear from the community, we've expanded the context window of all of these models to 128K tokens. This enables the model to work with larger code bases or more detailed reference materials. These models have been trained to generate tool calls for a few specific functions, like search, code execution, and mathematical reasoning. Additionally, they support zero-shot tool usage. Improved reasoning enables better decision-making and problem-solving. Updates to our system-level approach make it easier for developers to balance helpfulness with the need for safety.
We have been working closely with partners on this release, and we're excited to share that in addition to running the model locally, you'll now be able to deploy Llama 3.1 across partners like AWS, Databricks, NVIDIA, and Grok, and it's all going live today.
At Meta, we believe in the power of open source, and with today's release, we're furthering our commitment to the community. Our new models are being shared under an updated license that allows developers to use the outputs from Llama to improve other models. This includes outputs from 405B. We expect synthetic data generation and distillation to be a popular use case that enables new possibilities for creating highly capable smaller models and helping to advance AI research.
Starting today, we're rolling out Llama 3.1 to Meta AI users, and we're excited to bring many of the new capabilities that Angela outlined to users across Facebook, Messenger, WhatsApp, and Instagram. With the release of 3.1, we're also taking the next steps towards open source AI becoming the industry standard, continuing on our commitment to a future where greater access to AI models can help ecosystems thrive and solve some of the world's most pressing challenges. We look forward to hearing your feedback and seeing what the developer community will build with Llama.
Also, take a listen to what Mark Zuckerberg had to say regarding the newly released models.
Released today is Llama 3.1, and we're releasing 3 models. The first time we're releasing a 405 billion parameter model. So it's by far the most sophisticated open source model that I think anyone has put out. And it really kind of is competitive with some of the leading closed models, and in some areas is even ahead. So I'm really excited to see what people do with that, especially now that we're making it so that the community policies around Llama allow people to use it as a teacher model to distill and fine tune and basically create whatever other models they want with it. In addition to that, we've distilled the 405 billion parameter model down to make newer and updated and now leading for their size 70 billion and 8 billion parameter models. They also have really good performance, really good kind of cost per performance ratios. So I'm really excited to see what everyone does with this. Taking a step back, I think this is a pretty big moment for open source AI. I've been reflecting on this, and I kind of think it's, I've thought for a while that open source AI was going to become the industry standard. And I thought that it would basically follow the path that Linux did, where, if you just go back to before Linux was popular, there were all these companies that had their own closed versions of Unix. And at the time, there's nothing that was sort of that sophisticated that had ever been done as an open source project. And people thought, hey, no, this is like the closed model of development is the only way to do something that's this advanced. And at first, Linux kind of got its foothold because it was cheaper, because developers could customize it in different ways. And then over time, as the ecosystem built out, it got more scrutiny, so it actually became the more secure one. It became the more advanced one. There were more partners that basically had built more capabilities. In the case of Linux, more drivers and things like that. That basically ended up making it have more capabilities as well than any closed source Unix. So I think that this moment with Llama 3.1 is kind of like that inflection point where I think Llama has the opportunity to become the open source AI standard, for open source to become the standard, the industry standard for AI. And even in the places where it's not yet ahead on performance, it leads on kind of cost and on customizability and on the ability to take the model and fine tune it and do all the things that you want with it. So I think that those are just huge advantages that we're going to see developers take. And we're focusing on building out this partner ecosystem, and there are going to be all these different capabilities that get built out around it. So yeah, really excited to talk about.
Llama 3.1405b is the first openly available model that rivals the top AI models when it comes to state-of-the-art capabilities in general knowledge, steerability, math, tool use, and multilingual translation. For this release, they evaluated performance on over 150 benchmark datasets that span a wide range of languages. In addition, they performed extensive human evaluations that compared Llama 3.1 with competing models in real-world scenarios. Experimental evaluation suggests that Llama 3.1405b model is competitive with leading foundation models across a range of tasks, including GPT-4, GPT-4O, and Claude 3.5 Sonnet. Additionally, their smaller models are competitive with closed and open models that have a similar number of parameters. And of course, as you can see on the chart on the screen, Llama 3.1405b does outperform other models on several benchmarks, beating the likes of Claude Sonnet 3.5 and even GPT-4O. Llama 3.1405b was trained on over 15 trillion tokens. It was also trained using 16,000 H100 NVIDIA GPUs, making it the largest open-source model ever released. And for an open-source model to compete at such levels with closed models and even outperform them is really democratizing access to AI. Now in just 2 minutes, you can download the model, use it locally, and fine-tune it the way you want to. I believe that open source, or rather open weights models, is the way to go for AI to really be useful, especially for underserved communities. Let me know your thoughts on this by leaving a comment below. I will continue to monitor the model and play with it more to give you my real hands-on experience with it. Thank you and see you in the next one.